Hello everyone, welcome to my channel, and in this video I'm going to share to you some counsel if you want or you are planning to be a working student this particular school year. And I would like to deliver this in my capacity as a working student myself. And let's start with the first one. I'd like this video to be short, but like it to be extensive. So for the first one, identify your reason why you want to be a working student yourself. Being a working student is a very difficult task. It adds up to your responsibility as a student. Identify the reason. There must be a philosophy behind why you want to work when your prime obligation must be your studies. I know some people who took working as a sort of social status, shouting or proclaiming to the world that, look, I am a student, I work. Yes, it is sad and bizarre to think, but there are people who do that. As for myself, I work because I have some desires or wants that I can't possibly request to my parents. You know, our parents are obliged to provide us our biological needs, our natural necessity that our body requires. But they are in no place to provide us what we simply want. For example, gaming consoles, in my case novels. I don't need those to survive, and I find it reasonable to work for them rather than to require my parents those things. So that is my reason. I don't work because I need it or because we are impoverished or pauperized. um, and you, what is your reason why you want to do it? Are you very poor? So it's there must be reason on why you want to suffer. It's okay to suffer, it's okay to feel pain, but there must be a reason behind that suffering. The second counsel is to not take it seriously. Don't take working seriously, especially if you are a student. In your prime era, it is you are not supposed, and it is almost honest to say that you are not yet equipped to work. So they don't take it seriously. You must work, for instance, to, for example, have an experience or to experiment. But don't work in a very serious manner. There will be many rejection, especially that you are a student, and it is a, although it is a prejudicial thing to pronounce, when you are very young, you are more subject to rejection. That is very true. And if you will take it seriously, you may be hurt and you may be stressed. Remember that your uh, your main or your principal focus must be your study. Even if you work, it must be your study. Don't work in expense of your study, because at the end of the day, it is your study that will help you or that will push you to have a very decent job. What about, you may ask me, what about those people who drop their studies or focused on working and succeeded? Everyone has a different fate. You can't just compare yourself and do what they did and expect the same result. Some successes are product of luck. Remember that. And some people don't believe in the concept of luck, but when I flip this coin, and has produced an outcome. That is a product of luck. Luck is a very dominant determiner of success. So if it worked for them, doesn't mean it will work for you. Even if you read their books, even if you listen to what they did, they drop their study. You know that it is very hard to look for a job, especially in the Philippines at this very point or at this very day. Even as a crew in a fast food chain will require you to be a college graduate, and you are there thinking to drop your studies just so you can work. Don't do that. Always prioritize your studies so long as your parents are funding it, and they are giving you an opportunity to be good. Working can wait. The day will come that you have to work, and maybe you are very on fire, you are very the embers and emotions of working is upon your heart. I'm telling you, the actual work space or the actual working corporate environment is very undesirable, and you may, when you are there, you may regret, I wish I studied. So always focus on your study. Okay, number one, identify why you want to work, especially that you are a student. Why do you want to add burden to your responsibilities? And number two, work, but never forget or never let your occupation overrule your studies. So that is a very good or a very short advice from me as someone, as I said, who tutored students in Spanish, in maths, and who is currently running a very simple, humble bookshop. I'm just experimenting. I know I cannot put this in a resume someday because I'm a freelance worker. But I know in myself that the experience that I'm getting will help me. It's a good asset actually to work. But I I imagine the potential that I can offer in my studies academically before, if or if I didn't work. But everyone's the same. As I said, we have different fates. Maybe someone will succeed in his work, but your study, when you study, you finish, you get a diploma. That's a sure weapon that you have. Unlike when you work, work is like a gamble. But when you study, you have a certain reward. Unlike working, which is a gamble, which requires luck, and luck cannot be trusted most of the time. So I think that would be all. Thank you very much for watching. See you.